Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in this gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a lesson through the Spirit, just to encourage brothers, man, that healing is coming, okay? Judgment of the wicked and the defeat of our enemies, which is the so-called white man, which is the biblical Idumeans or the Edomites, all the way down to the Hamitic nations, which is you so-called Africans. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord is getting ready to bring judgment upon this wicked nation known as the nation of Edom, for all the injustices and the wickedness that they've brought to the children of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I was kind of meditating on some things. I know throughout the week, brothers had a couple of testimonials that came out about angels feeding them in a time of all hell breaking loose. As last week, one brother had a vision that an angel pulled up in a UPS truck, which the UPS represents deliverance, or a package being delivered. And basically, he said the angel pulled up with the sandwich and fed him, which the feeding part goes into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which was spiritual, okay? But also in the physical sense, how the Most High and the Son is going to send the angels to be a comforter to the men of the Lord and their families in the coming time we're in, okay? Because as we know, all hell is getting ready to break loose. Now, allegedly, this guy, Donald Trump, has been found guilty on the particular accusations he was being accused of, going all the way back to the January 6th ordeal back in, 2020? The January 6th ordeal, which was years ago. And several other Trump charges they put on this man. Because basically they're trying to create a division in America. But these Edomites, man, they're getting ready to be on edge. Especially if this presidential selection don't go the way that it needs to. We can very well see a civil war in the immediate future. Okay, perhaps around the election time, but only time would tell. But with that being said, out of all the visions the brothers been having them delivered and seeing angels and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai coming through to protect his men, his servants. Hey, the Lord is getting ready to give us our nation. He's getting ready to give us healing. Okay, we're getting ready to get the kingdom. We're getting ready to be beautified. We're getting ready to be crowns are getting ready to be put on our heads, man. Because when I observe brothers, brothers are suffering in the body, the mind. Brothers are being afflicted by all types of afflictions, heartaches, whether it be dealing with crazy ass women, whether it be putting on some type of child support or being sued, just all types of just evil happening to the men of the Lord and just Jake in general. And quite frankly, we're ready to end our suffering, but we know coming to this truth, that's part of the ordeal, like the scriptures goes into. We got to go through the straight gates. So with that being said, man, I got a precept, Matthew 25, and I'm going to start at verses 31. It says, when the Son of Man should come in his glory and the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Because we know that Yahweh Shai is coming back in what they call a chariot or a UFO, okay, that the world ignorantly calls UFOs or IFOs, which stands for identifiable flying objects. UFOs, unidentifiable flying objects. We know that our Lord is coming back in a vehicle as such, and they showed you in movies such as The War of the Worlds, Independence Day 1 and 2, several other movies that depict alien invasions or aliens invading the earth. But in retrospect, it's actually going to be Yahweh Shai and the angels, okay? And they look like so-called black men. For those of you out there that may have wondered what harbors those vehicles that you see flying in the heavens when they look like lights and orbs and chariots, those are the vehicles that the angels travel in, man. Okay, and we've seen them. We see chariots all the time, which lately there's been a dry spell. But I think I saw a chariot. Matter of fact, I saw a couple of chariots, matter of fact, about a week and a half ago. I was kind of going through some things, man. I was down in the spirit. Wasn't too happy. I was aggravated, going through bodily afflictions and stuff like that. Because I don't know if it was food poisoning or if it was just something I ate or if I came down with a bug, but it was pretty much afflicting me, man, and I hadn't had an appetite for about a week. So I lost a lot of water weight. So I say I lost about 6-7 pounds because I wasn't really eating, and I was You know, stools were runny, so you know when you have runny stools, you by default you lose a lot of water. You know, hence you lose weight. So I was kind of going through a mild depression or a mild, I was stressed out, you know, aggravated. And then, you know, I'm just like, man, you know, Lord, we need deliverance. We need bodies. We need healing, because this thing is just getting to the point it's becoming a freaking nuisance. And lo and behold, the minute I got out the whip, getting ready to go back into the crib, man, I saw the chariots fly above, you know, my car. And, you know, as I stood out there for some time, I saw 3 or 4 more chariots. So that confirmed to me that the Lord isn't deafly. He's watching us. You know, he's hearing our cries. Like it tells us in Esdras that the righteous complain unto me continually. The souls that are just cry out continually. And we're crying out for healing. We want deliverance, man. We're tired of suffering under this devil. Women are out of order. Children are out of order. The food is toxic. Okay, it's just enough is enough, man. You know, but we understand we got to suffer in order to gain Yahweh Shai. So, hey, we all in. But it says here, and before him should be gathered all nations, and he should separate them from another, as shepherds divided his sheep from the goat, right? Because he's going to put Israel on his right-hand side, and you heathens are going to go on the left-hand side. And it says, and he should set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. And the sheep represents the Israelites, mainly the elect of Israel. And the goats represents you other nations, man. Okay, and you 2/3, even though the 2/3 of Israel are still considered the righteous because they are Israelites, but on this side, they have to die excruciating deaths, man. And it says, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Okay? And that's the point. The Lord is getting ready to build us back up, man. We're getting ready to get that glory again, that healing. Okay? That magnificent glow. We're getting ready to be gods again. We're getting ready to be those Nephilim or Napoleon on the earth again, which goes into Napoleon goes into giants, which giant goes into renowned men. Okay, just to utter the name of Yahweh Shai and the elect men through the earth will bring fear down to just a typical person, a typical heathen. You know, when Moab heard about the Israelites or the gods coming to peep out their land and survey the land to make sure all things is on point and they're keeping the commandments, hey, that's going to generate fear throughout the nations, man. Even Esau, okay, though he's going to still have that pride on him, but when he see an Israelite man, hey, he's going to literally shiver, okay, because through the spirit, hey, he knows that we're the gods, and this is why there's a attack on a so-called man of color or a so-called black man. Okay, there's a heavy attack on a so-called black man because through the spirit, they know that the black man is the image of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. All right. So I'll get another precept real quick. Let's go to the book of, what is it, Romans 16. Nope, it's like I always get it mixed up. I think it's Romans 15 or 14. No, it's Romans 8. Romans 8 chapter. Romans 8, and I'm going to start at verses 16. It says, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh, right? Because, you know, we come across a lot of Israelite foreigners, and, you know, some of them, they on point with the word, and some of them, they don't really adhere to the word. Okay, but we got Israelite foreigners in this thing that look like other nations, but guess what? They're in one unison and one accord. And some of them are actually teaching this word on the highways and byways, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see? So with that being said, man, that's how we're able to tell. And it says, and if children, then heirs, and heirs of the Most High. And when you are the heir of a throne, that means that you are the inherited successor. Like the Lord said, he says, look, we're going to be joint heirs with him. So an heir is a person that's a inheritor of a throne. You know, like King Solomon, he inherited the throne from David. You know, same thing with, I believe the youngest king that sat on the throne of Israel. I believe he was 8 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I forget the king's name, but I think the youngest king in Israel may have been 8, if I'm not mistaken. You know, you had Rehoboam, you had Jeroboam, you had King Saul. You had a lot of wicked kings that ruled over Israel, but nonetheless, a lot of times within succession, the throne went to their sons, man. But the most prominent example is when King Solomon inherited the throne from King David. Once King David died and went to the spirit world. Okay, and the good thing about that was that David pretty much clean house. So Solomon was able to have pretty much a peaceful reign. You see, because David pretty much put all the nations in subjection. You know. So with that being said, man, it's gonna be and likewise when Yahushua gets his rulership, and we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahushua. But it says here, in heirs of Yahweh and joint heirs with the anointed, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together, right? Because when Yahushua comes back, we're going to be changed. Okay, we're going to get those glorious bodies. Okay, we're going to get those crowns, like the scriptures say that in Second Esdras, it says that that he set crowns on the head of the men of the Lord, the elect, you know, and palms in their hands. And Yahushua is literally going to put a crown on our head because we endure and we overcame. This is why overcoming this thing is very important, man, because we're getting ready to go through a lot of tests, man. And it's safe to say that a lot of men are going to fail this test, man, because Jake just not ready, man. You know, a lot of guys are playing Israelite, but when the push comes to shove, we're going to see how willing Jake is to really go all out for this truth. Because, hey, when you don't take the MOTB, you got to go without eating, drinking. Hey, people going to turn against you. You may have some people that may even try to put you to death. So are you going to turn your back on Yahushua and say, wait, man, this is too much. I don't know if I want to deal with all that. Man, you shit. Hey, you got to know what you're a part of. And once you count the cost and you know the repercussions of being in this truth, then, hey, you already know what to expect. This is why we tell you brothers out there, you younger men, and ourselves, man, hey, know what you're a part of. You know, I say hope for the best, expect the worst, hope for the best. Having a mindset that you can very well die in this thing, man. And you got to be okay with that. You have to be okay with suffering. And most Jakes are not okay with suffering, you know, because they're not grounded by faith, man. It's hearsay only. And we're seeing this in a lot of these other groups out here that claim to be men of the Lord or prophets, but yet they receive their consolation on this side. You see? But it says here, if so we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which should be revealed in us, okay? Because we're going to be so on a level, brothers, to the point, man, hey, you think your worst troubles are going to be minute compared to the glory we have, man. Okay, and brothers are catching hell on this side. And it's bad because it's within the moment. You know, the moment is always the worst. But over a course of time, when you see how things play out, then, you know, you start to accept it better. But when we get in the kingdom, you're going to be like, damn, that suffering wasn't that bad. Because you ain't going to feel worthy to receive what you got, man. We're not even worthy to have this truth or even utter the Lord's name. You know? So with that being said, man, hey, we got to be grateful that the Lord has bestowed upon us to give us this truth, because that was mercy. So what you going to do with it? But anyway, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the Son of the Most High. And we're being manifested right now, but we're not completely healed yet. Though we are healed as far as in the spiritual sense, because we have the understanding now and we put off the ways of the world, brothers are still dealing with things in the body. They're still dealing with physical and mental ailments, man. You know, and that's not going to end until we get changed, those new bodies. And it says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subject in the same hope. Okay, because the creature itself also should be delivered from the bondage of corruption, which is these bodies, man. Okay, the bondage of corruption. These bodies make you sin, man. This mindset, like no matter what, man, you end up doing shit that's inconvenient. We need deliverance from that. Okay, tired of going off. You're tired of doing things in the flesh. You know, certain brothers may not have women to get their rocks off, so they may how can I say it? They may refer, or they may go to other means of pleasure, you know what I'm saying, because they don't have a woman at hand to deal with, and that can become a destructive habit and a habitual habit that can destroy you, man. You know, your mind, your body, your walk. You know, urges, man, just bad habits, period. And when you in his flesh, you're full of fucking bad habits, man. You know, you tell yourself, look, I'm going to abstain from this, and all of a sudden you end up doing it. Hey, I ain't going to go 2 months without eating fried chicken. And all of a sudden you smell some fried chicken. Then all of a sudden your ass is at fucking Harold's Chicken or Jay's Chicken buying a 6-piece. With lemon pepper, spicy lemon pepper. And I ain't gonna lie, that shit sound hella good. I might just go to Jay's and get some chicken tonight. And guess what? I ain't know no chicken strike. I eat chicken shit. Jake need to get his weight back up. But nonetheless, you know, just an example of what we have to endure in this damn flesh, man. This flesh is freaking nerve-wracking. Tired of it, man. You know, wake up, got a cramp, fucking body hurt, man. You know, this is, hamstrings are tight. Got to stretch for 3 hours. You got to work out constantly just to keep some type of physical regimen going. It's just, it's a lot, man. You know, but you got to like to suffer. And that may not sit well with a lot of you. But it says here, for we know, it says, because the creature itself should be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh. And that's that healing, man. It says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. Because you got this wicked, this devil that's in power and rulership. Okay, since Esau has been in power, it's been nothing but suffering, man. Suffering, persecution, you know, just hurt, you know. And it's to the point now, like, hey, Lord, how long? Like Habakkuk said, he said, how long would you allow me to declare this evil? Roughly paraphrase, Habakkuk said it. He said, how long should I have to endure this shit? How long would you allow me to behold evil, man? You know? And why the fuck would you park there, man? Don't. People get some people really Salakia. I'm just watching this guy trying to park and squeeze between my vehicle and this red truck. And the red truck is parked crooked, so this dude is gonna end up hitting this fucking guard because he's trying to park close to this red truck. Like, dude, just park in an empty spot or park out on the street, man. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with walking across the street. You got 2 other parking lots out here. Park there. But whatever. But anyway, it says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, which is the elect, even we ourselves groan within ourselves. Yeah, we groaning every day. You know, prayer, we groaning. You know, when you praying, that's a supplication. You're crying to the Most High. You know, and it reads, and it says here, even ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body. Okay, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, what yet do we hope for, man? Okay, so yeah, man, we waiting on that healing. You know, healing. I got one more precept. This is the book of Micah 4, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 2. Matter of fact, start at verses 1. Malachi 4:1. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven," and that's talking about the destruction. It says that all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly should be stubble. And that's going to be pretty much 95% of these people in this society going to get burnt up. The ones of them that don't die in Jacob's trouble, they're going to get burnt up. And even then, their carcasses are going to get burnt up, because all the people that die here, they still are going to get the missiles, because, you know, dead bodies are going to be all over the streets, man. So they're going to still get burnt up, if that make any sense. But it says, and all that do wickedly should be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, says the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stalls, man. Okay? And that's the point I wanted to make. Healing in his wings, man. We're going to get healed. We're going to get changed, man. Our body's going to be made whole again. We're not going to be sick anymore. Like the scriptures tell you in Revelation 22, the healing of the nations. You know, we're going to heal other nations, man. Once we're in power, once these heathens, they finally get their shit together, hey, you know, we're going to be helping to them heathens. You know, we're going to do right by them. Even though they're going to be under us after their captivity period is over, they're going to still be subjugated into us. But, hey, we're not going to be like this devil and put poison in their damn food. We ain't going to do that. The heat is going to actually have a chance to live a decent life, man. You know? But first, they got to get jacked up. They got to catch the hell because of everything they've done to us. You know? But anyway, I'm going to end it here, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.